Good evening. Thank you for stopping by Conversations with a Z. I'm Zuri Bibi, and we'll have our conversation for the night. It's kind of late for me to be up doing this, but today was supposed to be a day of self care, which I did. I took care of myself. I had an incident yesterday that, you know, I guess it was a tower. I don't know, and I needed to address an issue. I guess I'll be okay with that. But that's not why I'm here to talk about tonight. Today, earlier today, I just kept hearing the Temptations, Ball of Confusion, and so um, thought I would investigate that. I haven't picked up the cards all day today. I was doing my light work out in the real world, helping people and you know helping myself as well in the process. And so it's a little after 10 o'clock. Well, it might be almost 11 o'clock. I don't know what time it is. I just know that it's late. I might yawn while I'm doing this, but it's okay. Um, what I have noticed when I was doing a lot of I was watching some messages. It just talked about this week was about a week of false tarot readers and people, false twins or twins that are, no, they're not even twins, they're soulmates, and telling people they're twins, and just it was just very confusing. So maybe that's why why that song was going in my head, Ball of Confusion. Didn't even think about it like that, but yeah, it was a lot of scattered energy. I just watched it from afar. Took everything in that I wanted to, um, processed it, and I think at this point, I'm ready to discuss it, I guess. Because by tomorrow, if I don't do it tonight, I'll forget it. I don't even have I didn't even take notes today. As far as normally I'll write stuff down, but I didn't even write anything down. The things that were going through my head, because it was just too much. It was too much going on, and then I was dealing with my issue that happened yesterday. So it was too much, and I didn't do anything. I could not focus. If you looked at yesterday's message, or if you ever do look at the message before, I couldn't focus on anything. So I just left it alone and said, oh well. But in doing so, let me get started on today. Got these lights turned down low too, and I do wear glasses, but I don't wear them for the readings because then the glare would be there and then I can't read anything. So if I stumble on the words, because it's a little dark in here now, if I turn the light on in the back, it was too bright, it was too crazy. So I turned it off. But anyway, all excuses aside, let's get started. I want to ask for protection from my angels and guides, the Lord. My DM, I think I'm beginning to hear his voice now, when I'm thinking about things. I am a twin flame. I didn't say that earlier. I am a twin flame. I'm not a soulmate. I've been on the journey for a long time, but I didn't even know I was on the journey. I didn't know it was a twin flame journey. I just thought it was a journey, because I remember telling my twin that our journey was about to begin, but I didn't know what that was about. That was a long time ago. We've been together for a while. I won't say, because the karmic may be watching, so I won't even talk about that. That's a whole nother story in itself. But anyway, let's talk about, I'm asking for protection. I'm asking for guidance. I'm asking for the words that I speak not be out of ego, because that's not what I'm about. I'm asking that the words, the things that I say will be helpful for someone. I'm not here to talk about fairy tales and things like that. Um, I'm here to help. In the real world, as a light worker, I help people all the time, and I channel things in the real world. It's just unreal, and I've just noticed sometimes when I'm on here, I don't channel as clearly as I do face to face, even though I know the message is there. So maybe I've been put in this arena because I was, I've left Facebook. I mean, my page is there, but I don't go there anymore. That was a place of karmics. So I moved over to YouTube. Let's see how this goes. I have more control over my channel. I don't care who watches it. The karmic can come all they want. Do whatever you want to do. But anyway, dealing with confusion. The first card that's come up is the kangaroo plum, which is honesty. So, before I even pull the card out or the book out, and I probably can't remember where it is, I didn't set anything up. Like I said, I'm half asleep. I'm not asleep, but I'm not fully awake. Kangaroo plum and honesty. With this confusion, were you not being honest to cause confusion, or was this other reasons why you weren't honest? I don't know. I've never pulled this card before. Let's see what the ancestors say. It's a number 7, so you know what that means. Defensive behavior. But anyway, let's get to it. Truth, honesty, and cleansing. Interesting. Kangaroo plum medicine is connected to truth and honesty. Speaking one's own truth is a rare thing that takes courage and trust, not only for the speaker, but also for the listener. However, there is a responsibility to speak your truth in a way that does not hurt or harm others. Hiding behind the words, "I have a right to speak my truth," does not mean it gives you the right to hurt others. Our honesty can sometimes hurt or heal. Speaking your truth comes with a responsibility of bearing the consequences of how your truth impacts on others. Equally, it is important to accept that others have their truth as well, which may not be the same as yours. Upon reflection, being the seeker of truth, you have been somewhat surprised at the honesty afforded to you. So much so, you did not believe the truth when it was given to you, but it was the truth. So whatever the confusion was about, maybe it was, you were feigning that you didn't know. It was the truth, so you caused confusion. You didn't want to deal with that truth. And your inner child, were you forced to shut out the truth? The things happen to you that you don't want to be honest about that happened, or that you did as a child. Maybe not, who knows? But that's what the ancestors said that happened in the past, as far as the truth is concerned. What does our guides say? The guides, what do you have to say about the truth? Wow. Okay. Death is an illusion. I'm not sure about that, lack of focus. Nope, that's not what we're talking about. Confusion. See? Let me hurry up. But I know I need to do this. I should have done this earlier. I was told to do this earlier, but I kept putting it Death is an illusion. So, what are you focusing on? That's the current question as far as death. Um, mm-hmm. Death is an illusion. The death of the physical vessel exists. There is a beginning, a middle, and an end to every life form, whether it is measured in minutes, days, years, or decades. It is the nature of the molecules of this earthly plane to have an end date. The death of the conscious energy for soul of the vessel, however, is an illusion. But because it can't be seen or measured, and because there are no instruments to detect it, many humans question the ability of consciousness to survive the death of the vessel. Just because the limitations of the brain aren't able to explain the intricate dance between the physical dimension and the spiritual dimension doesn't negate its existence. Spirit uses the illusion of death as a tool, and it manifests itself as grief. This card is coming to you because you need assistance with feelings of loss. Humans and animals die, relationships and careers end, but the brave soul is one that turns the loss into a learning experience for not only its own benefit, but for the benefit of others. Grief is real. Mourning the absence of something that is no longer of the physical is a natural response. Learning from your grief and helping others with their grief is one of the most important events that a soul can experience on earth, because grief is not possible in the spirit realm. Spirit knows that the bonds of love never die, and that the souls who are no longer manifesting as physical are more alive and with you than was even possible in the earth dimension. Your conscious mind has trouble with this concept, but know that the reunion with your spirit family is also an illusion, because in reality you've never been separated. Please acknowledge this fact as you work through any loss. So, I can say for me, um, the confusion, the day my father died, was very confusing. A lot went on that day. So maybe this is him coming back to let me know something. I was told that he's always right here. He's always here, behind my left shoulder. Interesting. Um, Maybe for someone else, the lack of all that confusion was maybe going through a transformation, because death um, can be a transformative experience as well. So maybe that has something to do with the confusion. Maybe the concept is not readily understood. The ability to transform. Um, you transform from the inside. Um, you trans you um, you transform your mind from the inside. You transform your body from the inside. You transform your mind, body, your soul, your spirit. All those are different. You transform all those things from the inside. So maybe there's some confusion with that, or maybe you weren't taught those things. Maybe you were, as a child, you were taught a different system. I know for me, which is interesting, I was raised Catholic, switched to another non-denomination. I don't know what I am right now. Well, no, I take that back. I'm more spiritual. There's too many things my mind is slowly switching from the church thing. Um, that's another conversation in itself. I won't even get into that. But anyway, let me keep it moving. The topic is confusion. Let's get a slight little story from these Kipper cards. I like these cards. Wow. Okay, one popped out already. I only want 5. 2. On this journey, what does confusion have? Let's talk about confusion. Now, I don't always, of course I got a whole bunch of cards. I don't per se do a love reading. I'm more so, my conversations are more on how to heal your inner child. But depending on how the cards pop up, it could turn into a love reading. I don't know. We'll see. Because I got a lot of cards here. Got pathway. So something about a pathway. Something about, I'll show the cards. Pathway. Courtship. Mature woman. High honor. Poverty. Gift. And house. So, confusion. What's going on with this? For me, trying to find the right pathway, as a mature woman, who wants to be in high honor and courtship, have courtship, because they might have been in poverty, might receive a gift of a house. I don't know. I shouldn't say that, but I'm being honest. But I know pathway, this pathway will allow, I get it. Pathway will change your poverty thinking as a mature woman. Because you want high honor, courtship, a gift, and a house. That might be a house. That's for somebody. I don't know what that's about, but that's what came up. It's interesting. But anyway, maybe it was some confusion about all of that. Or, maybe that's what's going on now. Maybe that's an etched story into this reading. I don't know. But anyway, somebody wants the main thing for me is the pathway to get out of the confusion for me. And then once you get on the right pathway, it will solve these poverty issues. Maybe if somebody in their later years, they'll obtain a high honor, they'll receive the courtship, they'll receive the gift, and they'll receive the house. Maybe that's what it's about too. I can read those cards a whole bunch of other ways, but they almost kind of fell out in that order. Let me read what's going on currently with the ancestors, since I got the little story there. What's going on with the confusion? What's the current situation with confusion? What's the current situation? Has it been hot? Probably in you all's area. Earlier today, it was so hot, and then it rained. I was sitting out on my deck while it rained after I made that video, and it's funny because a lot of found out a lot of people lost power, but I still got power. Thank you, Lord. Dealing with the confusion, the current thing is security, the pelican. You know, if you're able to handle the confusion or make sense of the confusion, you'll have security. So maybe that's with this house, you know, all this stuff that I talked about earlier, finding your pathway. Find your pathway to get out of poverty. Interesting. Let me pull that up. That's number 20. Wrong book. 20. Social security growing. The pelican is a very social bird who possesses a strong sense of family. They are committed to their relationships and enter into partnerships for life. Outside of their families, they are more vulnerable and do not thrive well in solitary life. Therefore, they seek the security of partnerships at an early age. Pelican can often live in large colonies where together they work to ensure all family members are cared for. They intuitively understand the significance of relationships in their survival. While pelican is commonly known to inhabit coastal areas, they are very adaptable and can be found anywhere there is a source of water. Pelican will move to more appropriate surroundings rather than stay somewhere where their family will not thrive. So, in dealing with the confusion, you know, maybe you need to get in a community. That means probably me too, because I'm pretty solitary. I mean, I do talk to people, but I don't talk to people. I pretty much keep to myself. I don't like the drama of dealing with other people. But anyway, let me get back to this. The current situation. Family provides you with a sense of identity that is very important to you. However, you need to recognize the strengths of people who are not related to by birth. You are not related to by birth. These can include friends, neighbors, and work colleagues who are equally important to you. Look beyond your family for support in this situation, as they won't understand what you're experiencing right now. It is wonderful to have a protective family, but sometimes the very protection they offer is what smothers you and prevents you from growing. You need the support of others who are close, so they see you differently to how your family sees you and are unaffected by your family expectations. So I guess for me, reading it for me, I need to go and establish some outside relationships with people and not stick with the family, because only your family can judge you by what they see you, and it's totally different. The family dynamic is totally different from the friend dynamic, because your friends can see you from a more neutral, whereas your family, they've seen the good and the bad and all that, and they, you know, their opinions are biased, and they feel that they think they know best. So maybe this will help with the confusion that's going on in your life, you know, if you branch out. So maybe I get the message. I'm being told I need to move out and associate with others more. All right. I'm listening, but I'm not listening. let's see. What else do I want to talk about as far as this confusion? Let me do the Mudra cards. Um, what do you have to say about this? The confusion. How can you heal this? Oh, it gave me 2 cards. The tortoise pose. In my heart, I know we are all one. I rejoice in the abundance of the universe. So regardless of what's going on, we are all one. So we should rejoice in the universe. Interesting. What's this other one? The side angle pose. My mind is free and clear. I attract positive experiences in my life. So once you learn to deal with this confusion, you'll be able to clear your mind and attract positive experiences in your life. Pretty interesting. These moon cycles have been really crazy. I'm not really up to par on it, but I've been watching other people that are more knowledgeable about that, and they talk about how people have been acting. But I can say people have been acting crazy, and I know it's been the moon. My phone has been acting weird. Videos don't want to load up, or you get the little spinning thing where it's not, oh, excuse me. Oh, where it's not, it's just spinning, so it's not loading like it's supposed to, or it might just kick you off. All kind of craziness is going on, yeah. Let me keep going. I think I need to find this book. I won't do the spirit animal yet, because I don't know what I did with the book. Okay, if I can't find the book before the video is over, we won't do the spirit animal. Or I'll write the spirit animal that I'll pin it. Yeah, I'm not really prepared the way I want it to be. It is what it is. I like that I'm not a perfect person. I'll never be perfect. And I want you all to see that too. Sometimes some of these videos, I think, people want to make them look so perfect, and it's not really the real world. I am not perfect. I'm one of the klutziest, awkward people that you could meet, but people swear up and down that I'm not. Okay, well, even if I didn't find that other book, I want that one. I found another book that I'm going to read from shortly. But let's see what the cards have to say. What did confusion cause? What's going on with confusion? I see a broken heart already. So this is probably turning into a love reading. 3 hearts.